everybody, Hyperion Unreal here, and I'm just chilling out on a base here, kind of just seeing maybe an S-Class exotic lands because this is just a rich solar system, and so I like to just kind of do this for a while. And while I'm sitting here kind of doing nothing and waiting for ships to spawn, I decided to Google the most recent patch notes for the game. Now, 1.54 landed a few days ago, and it was basically just crash fix issues, nothing too spectacular that really affected gameplay. I would say the gameplay has been, I've had a lot less crashes, but not that I say I really saw any kind of difference on it. So it wasn't a really big patch. But I did notice a note, because I always like to check to see, because experimental is always ahead, and oh, that's kind of cool looking. Not very good ship, but the experimental servers on PC are always ahead because that's where they test their patches at. And today somebody on Reddit released a list of patch notes for 1.55, and this is astounding. I've never seen this before, but it has 63 patch notes. 63. So I was like, well, that is massive. What are the patch notes on it? And I'm gonna be honest, it fixes literally everything that is I've complained about, and so much more that I didn't even stop to complain about or didn't even think of, or things that I've only encountered here or there. It's insane, like these patch notes. Obviously, I'm not gonna read them all, but I'm gonna kind of point out some highlights here. So bear with me, because I gotta make sure I also pay attention to see what ships are landing. Because while I'm reading this, totally that's when the S-Class exotic will land, or not. Anyways, let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. Through all this. Yeah, right off the bat, one of them is fixed an issue where legacy saves. Legacy saves are guys like me who've been playing for 2 years and are still running on their first save. Fixed an issue where legacy saves, ha, kind of accurate too, would not know the recipe for microchips, the large refinery, and some advanced survival products. So that's right there. That's one of the things that I just recently reported. Obviously, I'm not alone in that. All sorts of people are complaining about that. So, yeah. Reduce the frequency of storms in some situations. That right there has been like every multiplayer game. That's what we complain about. You land on a planet and it's like every 30 seconds is another storm. And it's ridiculous. And like our idea of paradise was, my friends just found this one planet, and there's no storms on it ever. And it's like everybody's just building their bases on it. They're like, oh, thank God, and just piling bases on this one planet because there's no storms. That's going to be really good. Fixed a number of incorrect refiner recipes. Now, that's something I reported, and I don't think anybody noticed that, but the recipes for the refiners don't match up to the recipes you get that it lists. And some of my friends said, oh, it's because you have to have the medium refinery or the large refinery, and I didn't think so. And sure enough, there's a patch note for it, so I did notice that one. Expanded the available refiner recipes. I don't know what that means, but that's curious. I wonder what that is. They did remove the chance to get nanites from buried technology modules. I'm not sure I'm happy about that, but it'll be interesting. Reduce the time required to scan discoveries with analysis advisor. Wow. This one's kind of funny, actually. Increase the recharge rate of jetpack when on board a space station. I think I said that in a video. It's like, who actually uses the stairs, honestly? And so for them to increase the jetpack respawn on there is pretty funny. They learned we don't use those stairs. We jetpack on everything. Oh, let's skip that one. That was third person. They did fix, it says in there, that terrain respawning in base building. So that was definitely something my last video, I think, was just complaining about that. So that's interesting to see if that's in the patch notes. Let's see here. Yeah. Fixed an issue where players can shoot themselves with their own ship. I run into that constantly. Constantly do I run into that. I mentioned it in another video and showed a brief clip of me getting shot with my own ship. That is a huge fix, because actually The Thunderbird. I can't use the Thunderbird in multiplayer. In fact, that's why I'm flying the Hornet right now, is because I couldn't use the Thunderbird in multiplayer. Anytime I use the Thunderbird, I end up shooting my own ship. I don't know why I shot my gun there. So yeah, I thought that was... Oh, that's good to see. Oh, man. Some of these are just kind of hard to... fixed an issue with Korvac's eye textures would become misaligned. Let's talk about that one, Roka. Let's look at this dude here, because he's a little bit like... He's got some lazy eye going on there and everything. Yeah, that's definitely been something I've noticed. They're definitely misaligned. So... Like, I don't know. These are unofficial patch notes. They're on a Reddit post from somebody who apparently uploaded a video of his experience with the experimental servers and said that this is what they're... So one thing to note, A, it's unofficial, so who knows? I believe it. I honestly believe it. This sounds right. It sounds accurate. And this kind of goes in hand with how things went with... Atlas Rises. There was a lot of little patches that fixed mostly stuff that was crash issues, because that's really important. You got to be able to play the game, and when the game's constantly crashing, you can't play the game. And then they released a giant update where they finally worked out all the little stuff that was bothering everybody, and it was just like one big patch just fixed everything. So this sounds realistic, but here's the things to say. Number one, it's on official patch notes, so the guy could be just making it up and pointing out all the problems that he's had and then just giving people false hope that they're all going to be fixed because it gets him attention. The other issue is that it's being tested on the experimental server. Now, what happens on the experimental server is they test it out. There's a lot of things on here that are weird. Let me see if I can find it. There was one... This one's really interesting. Farm plants now grow in real-world time rather than game time, allowing farms to continue growing while you're away from the game. As a consequence, adjusted farming times plus prices. So basically, it now costs more to make your plants, but they will grow when you're not playing the game. That sounds like a really good update, and that kind of weird stuff makes me believe this is really towards the game, because it's something they're already doing, where, you know, frigate missions happen while you're away. There was another one with launch fuel, and I really need to find that one. I'm not gonna find it. I'm just gonna explain what it was. They now said that for launch fuel, only one canister completely fills up your launch thruster, but it costs more to take off. So I'm not sure what that means. Now, I incorrectly reported that my Thunderbird uses only 5% launch fuel because it has that upgrade. Now, that's another note that was in there. We're going to pull out the Thunderbird here so I can explain what I'm talking about. The Thunderbird here has this upgrade right here, the efficient thrusters. Now, they said a note that this is now a learnable blueprint in 1.55. It's a learnable blueprint that you can go and buy from the space stations, and once you buy it, you can actually add it to any ship. And I've been asking for that because I have my S-Class fighter. I bought it and I sacrificed that upgrade for it because I already had one with that upgrade, but to get the S-Class didn't have that upgrade. Now I'll be able to add it to that ship and get what I deserved out of that ship. So that's really cool, but they did say that they're going to increase the amount of thruster fuel costs for everything, and my Hornet here, which doesn't have that upgrade, uses 25% of my thruster fuel on every jump, and I reported that the Thunderbird only used 5%. Even in the video, it looks like only 5% is drained, but it turns out it's actually 20% is being used. I can still take off more times than I can in something like the Hornet that doesn't have that upgrade, but apparently it is the 20% just means that's how much fuel it's using, instead of the 25%. So I incorrectly stated that. But now they said it's going to cost more, but it's going to take less to refill. So that's a weird change that I'm like, I don't know if that's going to work. And that's what I was getting to when I say that this patch notes are released for the experimental. What they do is I'm going to reload my game here so that, let me jump in and out of the Hornet here. What they do is they put it on the experimental servers. They test how they work, and sometimes they create more problems than they fix, or they don't fix the problems at all. And then the next patch comes out, and you're thinking, oh, 1.55 is going to solve the problem. Anyways, okay, and then once 1.55 comes out for the game, suddenly it's like 5 patch notes and they're simple bug fixes and crash issues, and you're like, hey, what happened to all that stuff that was in the experimental patch notes? Well, that's the point. It's experimental, so some of them don't make it to the final patch that gets officially released, and sometimes there's just chunks of it get on the official patch. I know some of these patch notes have been in experimental for a while. They've been in, they were announced in like 1.53 and everything like that. So don't hold your breath that the next patch is going to amazingly fix everything. It does not mean that's what's going to come out when a 1.55 officially releases for consoles and PC. It just means that that's what they're testing for right now in experimental. But as I was saying, it's nice because it does show that they are working on the problems that I have been talking about, that I've sent in. I didn't see anything in there about... I got to read through it. 63, it's after a while your eyes go cross when you're reading through 63 different patch notes, and then you suddenly realize you skipped over a bunch. But I didn't see anything about freighters spawning with your ships on them like they're supposed to. That's been a huge complaint of mine because that really bothers me. I'm going to give up on finding an S-Class exotic. I don't really need one, and it's only if it was a squid anyways. But for those not understanding what I'm talking about, I'm going to fly out into the solar system here. It's really annoying when you call your freighter and it's invisible, and you go to land on it and none of your ships are on it, as you can see here, because that's how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to be able to warp into any solar system, call your freighter, and decide which ship you want to be using. Now you have to reload the game for your ships to be there, and I'm intentionally landing on this platform to show off one of the many problems that causes. When I reload the game, you'll see that, oh, nope, no problem this time. Maybe they fixed that in the last patch. But sometimes when you do that, you spawn in, some of your ships will be parked on top of each other. And when that happens, you can't take off. But it seems like maybe they fixed that one, or maybe I just land on the perfect spot. But this is how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to land on there, and all your ships are supposed to be there. And that causes a lot of problems with them not there, because otherwise the only option is to land on a planet to swap ships. Especially in multiplayer, and when you land on the planet, you might not have launch fuel, and you can't swap ships if you don't have launch fuel, and so then you're on a quest to find launch fuel suddenly when you didn't expect to be, and all you wanted to do was switch a ship. And if you see a ship you want, you really want to switch your ship, and it's in the space station, and you think if you got enough time, you could fly back and get it real quick. Well, there's just no option to do that right now, because if you call your freighter, your ships aren't going to be there. So yeah, it's one of those things where that was a huge this is a huge bug that's always bothered me, and I really wish they would fix it. And apparently it's not in the patch notes that I could see. So that's one thing. But maybe it's kind of worked into one of the other problems. Maybe one of the other problems sort of solves it. Time will tell. So yeah, it's take it with a grain of salt. It's an unofficial release, but it might be interesting to see. So the reason I'm even explaining all that is if you're at the point where you're kind of like me, like my last video I was talking about how frustrated I was and getting to the point where I'm stuck. I can't really do anything, and a lot of the game when I'm playing with my friends in multiplayer, they're sort of going off and doing fun stuff and improving their gameplay and improving their bases, and I'm sort of just stuck with nothing really to do because I don't have access to a lot of the features and everything like that. But what I found more interesting in there was not only that they're finally looking to fix that stuff. That's sort of like, yeah, you better, you know. But it was a lot of things in there that I didn't realize were bugs, but I thought something was up. One of them was that trade commodities. Now, if you don't know trade commodities, I don't think I have any in my inventory. right now. But they seem to be removed from the game, which I thought was really surprising. Let me go over to my storage here, because I think I got some in there. No, I don't, but there's things in the game that are trade commodities, and the idea is that you buy them, say, at this sales terminal, and then you go find another sales terminal that will buy it at a better price, and that's just another option of playing the game. You buy bulk of this one item, you know which solar system buys it at a profit, and sells it at a discount, and then you go to somewhere that sells it at a profit, and you sell it, and you make crap tons of money that way. It was kind of interesting that they removed that element in this game, and it turns out apparently they didn't remove it. It just hasn't been working, and that was in the patch notes. And so I found that interesting. And then just to see some of the adjustments they're making, the crops growing at real time, or the takeoff fuel costing more. You know, it's like some of those changes, it's like, well, I'm not sure I agree with that. I thought everything was working fine on that, and I don't see why you felt you needed to adjust that. I know it is kind of obnoxious having to carry launch fuel everywhere and make it through this 3-step process. Back in the day, you could just go mine some plutonium that would always be nearby. But, I mean, I didn't really find that too much of a problem, because every time I just go to a shop, I just add a few more. Let's buy 5 more real quick while we're here, you know, and then I don't have to worry about it. See, they're still not just fixing the problems, they're changing the gameplay still. They're still adjusting the gameplay and trying to make this game. You got to remember, as much as people have been talking, I saw a post the other day about how this game has finally it's come out of beta and become an official release game. I disagree. I think it's still in beta. I really feel like this game is basically still a beta. It's still got a lot of holes in its substance. Like, there's a lot of room to grow. And I feel like it's, you know, Sean Murray always said he kind of modeled it after Minecraft, where Minecraft was a very simple game, and then as 5 years of updates keep coming out, it's become something much bigger. And Minecraft was a game that I didn't enjoy. I didn't seem like I was my cup of tea when it first came out. But now, 5 years later, the stuff that they've added, such as Redstone and all that, made the game fun for me. So it kind of feels like that's what they're still trying to do with this game. It might take 5 years to get there, but then they'll make the game that suddenly everybody wants to play. I don't know, but as long as they keep this game alive, I think it has the potential to grow there, and to see that, like, the patch notes are drastically adjusting gameplay as well as fixing a lot of the bugs. It'll be really, really nice to finally see everything kind of work in this game. The point of this long-winded speech is, if you're thinking about quitting, if you're thinking about giving up, if you're getting frustrated to the point where you just don't think you're going to play anymore, or you're going to return the game or anything, just give it time. Give it time. They're good about working on it to the bitter end. They haven't given up on it yet. They've gone through so much hate and ridicule online, and yet 2 years later they haven't pulled the plug, and they're still adding to it and still trying to make it the game that they intended it to be. So, you know, just hold out, see what happens in the next couple patches. If you need to put the game down for a little bit, do so and come back when the patches are done. But I still feel like there's a lot to be done in this game. And hey, and look at that. I don't want that ship. Damn it. But yeah, the game, see, good things come to those who wait. You know, I'm sitting here standing on a landing platform saying, I want to see if there's a new S-Class exotic. And I'm talking to you guys for this whole time, and look what lands. An S-Class exotic. So patience. Patience is definitely a virtue in this game. Oh, that's a weird graphic glitch. Unfortunately, I don't want this S-Class. I have no intention to buy it, because this is exactly like the old one that I used to have. But hey, you know, like I said, all I had to do was sit around and wait for one, and it eventually came. So good things come to those who wait is the motto of this game. It's a patient game. You can have some fun and excitement sometimes, but a lot of it's kind of tedious. It doesn't have to be as grindy as people say it is. It is early on, but once you start unlocking certain things, it does go quicker. And that's kind of my frustration, is that I'm locked out of those things that make it go quicker right now. But it's still a game that is growing. So give it time, give it some opportunities, and you know, eventually it'll probably be what you're hoping it would be. Let's go stop talking about patch notes and bugs, and let's just go see what's the next solar system over. Seriously? I finally find an S-Class multi-tool, and it's got 16 slots. 15, so I'm not really using that many. No. It's so tempting. It's so tempting. It's an S-Class. Fine. Fine. Let's I'm not gonna want to go around and upgrade it. I'm not gonna want to go around and look for all those things again. It took me so long to get this one where it is now. Alright. Just because I know you guys will curse me if I don't do it. I now have an S-Class multi-tool. Yeah. As you just saw, I just stumbled upon my first ever S-Class multi-tool. And now I am just kind of in shock. One thing that sucks is I hate upgrading my multi-tool because it's you know, a pain in the butt to build it back up to where you had it. Sometimes you forget little things like the advanced mining laser, or even the terrain manipulator, which I completely forgot about, isn't in here. So my gun isn't really very useful right now. But the big thing was that it only has, as you can see, 16 slots. So I've got to think really carefully. Now, in my last multi-tool, I was only using 18 slots, and there is a limit. Oop, wrong guy. I've been working on my ship so much, I forgot. And now I'm talking to you. And what's this now? Is this going to be S-Class 17 slots? Huh? Because that's how this game's now. It's just a B slot. B with 13 slots. Although, I prefer that design much better. But now I begin again the arduous journey of jumping from... Come on, can I talk to you or not? All right, there we go. Arduous journey of jumping system to system, looking for all those upgrades. I think the analysis... Yeah, the scanner modules was here. So is the pulse splitter, but I'm not 100% sure that's what I'm going to put in there. The pulse splitter was really nice. I liked it better than the bolt caster, but that is definitely something I want in there right now. And I need a little carbon. I need a little bit of carbon. But really, so my old multi-tool was, you know, a max 24 slots, but thanks to the new upgrade system, where is my base is like 2 minutes away. It's on one of these planets. There's the black hole. The dark star. There it is. Alright. My old multi-tool didn't really have a lot of upgrades in it already. And the reason for that is because you can't... There's a max you can put in there. You can only put a certain amount of upgrades into your stuff now. If you go crazy with it, it gives you a technology overload. Where is it? That's... Oh, did it go into my cargo slots? I'm not crazy. I bought it, right? Am I missing? Oh, it's right there. I was looking for the other kind of upgrade. So definitely want to put that guy down right there, because whoa, 9,000%. Oh, wow, that's crazy. So yeah, you definitely want that guy. What that'll do is that every time I scan something, like an animal or something, I'll get like 100,000 units for it. It's kind of ridiculous. Well, not for that. Actually, once I get 2 of those in there, you'll see like 100,000 units. And 2 of those, honestly, these are not that important. Because really, really after a while, as you can see, money's not really an issue. If they gave me like more nanite clusters for uploading them, maybe I could see that as a valid thing. So having that is not the biggest deal in the world. It does increase scan radius, which is kind of nice, but otherwise, really, yeah, the 24 slots was kind of going to waste in my own gun. So yeah, this is regardless. It was an S class. I got it. I can't say no to it. Just because it's just a rare find. The funny part is actually right now I got to go talk to my my terminal guys because if you haven't completed the quest now, they give you daily quests. This guy just sent me on a quest to find a data terminal, which is where I actually found the gun. But you come over here. Oh, the grass is gone. Oh, but it'll be back. Give it a second. Just wait for it. Any second now. There it is. Alright. So, yeah, we're still having this problem, but that is also in the patch notes. It'll give me some nanites. 260. Wow. Hey, that's enough. I can go back up to the space station and buy one of the other ones that I wanted. There was something else. I don't remember what it was. But let's go! Another trick, if you need nanites real quick, go to your discoveries. And just start... ooh, I haven't found anything on that planet. Just start uploading stuff. Let's see, what was I on recently? Now, this is... the red dot means my friends have uploaded it, and I think it's this solar system right here that they're building a lot of their bases on, so I don't want to mess that up and take away their fun. But here we got... I'm just going to go ahead and upload that because I don't really care, and upload that. But here I've got some creatures, and as you can see, my nanites are going up with each thing that I turn in. So yeah, we'll go ahead and just do that, since I'm probably never going to go back there, because these are just random planets that I just landed on real quick. And if you just go around, just go and upload this stuff real quick, you'll just get some extra nanites. And if you're like me and you've gone a while before uploading stuff and you got a huge list like this, hitting this button will sometimes give you like a couple thousand nanites right there on the spot. It's a nice way to like top you off if you're just shy of what you need, that kind of stuff. Alright, we're on the space station now, and let's go see what it is I wanted to buy. I think it was the scatter blaster one, but there might have been another one. I want to take another look here, because I don't know if I'm going to go back to the scatter blaster, as I said, but let's just take a look and see. I could reload the game. Yeah, I don't really use the geology cannon. I don't see the point when you have the... Did I forget to get carbon? Dude, I totally forgot to get carbon. That was the whole reason I went down there, was to get carbon, and I got distracted. So we got... let's see which ones. Locate a missing person. Oh, now those are really, really, really easy quests, which is why I don't like them. But that is a good portion of nanites. But you'll see a lot of stuff sometimes, like something will combine really well. Sometimes you'll get a couple. If you see like 3 or 4 that are all about kill pirates, if you take all 3 and kill 1 pirate, counts for all of them. So let's go ahead and locate a missing person. Alright, time to good cop, bad cop this guy. Hey, you! Tell me, where is she? Tell me. Oh. Alright. Cool. Alright. Thanks, that was really nice of you, really easy. I didn't really have to pull out the big guns on that one. Oh, hi. I was expecting... Well, anyways, are you, that guy? Alright, well, your wife's been looking for you. She says dinner's ready. You've just, I know you've been working late and everything like that, but you know, you really need to go home, spend more time with the kid. Don't look away from me. Don't look away from me. I'm trying to tell you good life advice here. The kids miss you. They need a father or mother. I'm not really sure what you are, but you know, take some responsibility. Go home. Spend time with everybody. They love you and they miss you. All right? You think about that. What's over here? You know, I have to check. Just because it would be funny if it was... Ah, thank God. But by the way, I've noticed that when I do these videos and I edit them, it really becomes apparent how obvious my ADD is. I'm in the middle of telling a story, and then it's like, ooh, that's a cool ship. Actually, that is a cool ship. Wow. Wow, you're really shiny. Oh, you're actually a pretty good ship. Huh. It's too bad I don't want an explorer, but... What was I saying? See? So anyways, another easy way to get nanites is just to kind of come over here and check on these, because... there it is, right there. Kill 10 monstrosities. This is something... Now, these are supposed to be quests that you do as a team with your friends and everything like that, but you can do them solo. A lot of times they're the same as the quests you'll find in the space stations, but they'll just be... What the heck was that? They'll just be a little bit more difficult. Instead of just... If it says, go kill a pirate, it won't be one pirate, it'll be 5 or 6 pirates, you know? So it's meant to be done by a group of people. And if you can combine that with the kill creatures quest, you can kind of knock out 2 for 1. So if you get the kill creatures one, always look for a monstrosities one, because then... Now I just realized I'm about to do this with a brand new gun that I haven't unlocked everything in, but well, let's go. Alright. Then you just gotta fly up here, and the rest is a bit cheaty. What? What did I do? Piss off. Oops. A couple more. And it looks like I finished that one too. Now let's get out of here. Oh, there it is. Nope. Whew! And we're off. So where am I at now in nanites? I got 784. I'm gonna definitely boost that up real quick here. Oh. Mission target is in another system? I don't believe that for a moment. So there you go. 250 nanites right there. Just for a few seconds of cheesing my way through a bunch of alien monsters from under the ground. Alright, well I had to teleport to this this system apparently, because I guess that's where I got the quest from, which that kind of sucks because that means I'm probably not going to get nanites for it. But while we're here, since I just got some nanites from that last quest, let's go see if it has maybe some more of those upgrades I need for this new S-Class multi-tool, which I still need. Ew. No thank you. But it does match your suit, and I gotta praise you for that. That's Alright, let's see. Bolt caster. Mining beam. Definitely want that one. And maybe that other scanner. So, well, I think I have enough. I'm going to go ahead and buy both of those. And that's all I need. So let's put those bad boys in. Let's see here. What do we got? Shoot, they went into my cargo slots. Of course they did, because my inventory is always full. So we'll just put you right there. Probably going to put another one right there. And then scanner. There you are. Let's put you right there. Oh. Oh, okay, it's going to be really interesting to see what I get for scanning an animal at 9,000 plus 9,000. Oh, wait, that's fauna and that's flora. But either way, it's a nice little balance there. Wow. All right. Huh. Now, the reason I'm so confused here, I don't usually talk to these guys and accept their quests because I don't know what I'm in for with them. But it seems like I made a deal with this guy and I've got to uphold my end of the bargain. And I got some money for it. Whoopity-doo. It's usually the case. But let's go scan something here. I'm excited. Look at that. There's some trees. Let's just scan a tree. They did also say that they're going to increase the scan. I might have said that already, but 45,000 for just a little old tree. Got some critters around here? There's got to be some critters around here somewhere. Maybe? Let's find out. Oh, and let's, of course, get some carbon. Wait, before I do that, let's see about what do I have. I have such a weird inventory of stuff right now. Hey, you can just throw that away. I don't need that. Ah, that's what I need. Condensed carbon. Make a hermetic seal real quick, and now we can go over to the multi-tool and, you know, I think I'm going to make it right here. I think that's a good place to put it, because that'll leave me room. If I put it right there, it'll leave me room for one more of these, if I feel like it. Or I could put the shield, if I decide I want to use that again, or something else. And then on top of that, whatever weapon, I don't think I'm going to use the Blaze Javelin. I'm not a big fan of that weapon anymore. I think either the Bolt Caster or the Pulse Splitter or even the Shotgun just are better in the long run. Maybe when you get them upgraded, it's one thing. But I've ran with the Blaze Javelin for a long time, and I'm just kind of over it. So at least that gives me like 3 slots right there that I can continue to upgrade the Blaze Javelin. And this gives me 2 more slots for my mining tool. So I think this looks like the best place to put this. So that is not what I needed. I'm an idiot. Alright. Trees it is then. And of course, I don't need you anymore. Let's put these in cargo. Now I can probably make another one of these. And finally install the piece. Where was it? Right here. That's where it was. There we go. Now this gun is useful. So now I have everything I need to actually use this S-Class gun. And from here on out, it's just about adding some upgrades, adjusting it, and just sort of making it better in general. But yeah, that's the exciting, that's the wrong button. That's the exciting thing. I now have an S-Class mining tool. It's not really the best. It's only got 16 slots, but it has everything I need. It's gonna have everything I need. So I'm not really too worried about it at this point. Other than that, I think that's a good place to call it a day right there. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, or you like any of my other videos, because not all of them are great, but some of them have their charm. So if you like any of my other videos or this video, please subscribe. I need more subscribers to be able to actually utilize YouTube to the best. It really does help out. Other than that, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.